careful with those links. But also remember that even if I happen to lose this Nexus, it's still that he lost a lot of his units over this, a lot of his lurkers, and he made a fast tech. So it means that I won't be a huge lot behind as long as it's 100% sure that I'm able to get an expansion as a result from this. And since I got those cannons up, there's no way he can stop me making another expansion, and he put a lot of effort on that. So I'm not actually that bad off. It just means that I have a secure expansion right now. After he has lurkers, I gotta get dragoons pretty soon, since Zealots just get slaughtered by more than a few lurkers. If he has a few of them, maybe 5+ lurkers, my Zealots will just get slaughtered by them, especially if I can't get in direct touch with them. In other words, if he has links, so I gotta be careful with that. I started a Dragoon range earlier. If I start Dragoons too early, I won't really have High Templars for Psionic Storm and whatever needs I have for them, so I don't start Dragoons that early, but I still gotta start them pretty soon, so you gotta sort of like react accordingly. Cannon up my expansion a little bit more, so I'm actually real safe. I'm making a counterattack now, since I gotta do something, otherwise he would, and take advantage of whatever weakness he may have with his early tech and so on. He has some lurkers over here, so I gotta be careful. My observer is over there. Sort of flank his lurkers with my Zealots, so only 1 or 2 spikes can hit a Zealot at a time, and so on. And that way I'm just gonna be safer overall and easier. Even though I sort of like lost this encounter, it doesn't really matter that much. I destroyed most of his army. I sort of like made him lose his edge and perfect the thing over here. I threw him off a little bit actually. Now I'm shooting this gateway so my larger units like Dragoons can pass. Maynardines and probes to my expansion, and at this point it could be good to start already thinking of another expansion. Since if you can just get out of that 2 expansion extra thing, it's just gonna work so much in your advantage that you gotta try. And to keep making units gateways as you need them. Also keep sure that you really know all his expansions and know what's going on. He brought some links over here. Soon I'm gonna take my third expansion down there if simply possible. And why not, since if I was actually taking a gas expansion, he might be really aware of them and scout them much better. But if I'm able to take a mineral only, it's still a huge plus for me, and he won't expect it so easily. Unlike for Zerg, for P, a mineral only is really valuable as well. They can get good units, since basic good units with a mineral only just as fine. But Zerg needs a lot more gas, so it actually makes a difference for Zerg if they take a mineral only or not. But for P it doesn't matter quite as much. Of course, if you have 4 gases or something, you can pretty much do whatever you wish. Huge heavy gas build, so which instantly brings you to the late game P, and that makes a difference. But it's just fine playing basics pretty much like this for now, since it's not like he has Altruist Cavern. Trying to micro my shuttle to get some drones from him. Wasn't too good with that drop, but it doesn't matter. I just gotta make a new drop soon. Take more look for whatever chance I might simply get to take another expansion. Meanwhile, cannon up. With P, even though you have more, even if you had more expansions than him, you just still gotta be expanding more. It's just it matters a huge lot. And also keep adding pressure all over the map. Keep attacking, keep looking for expansions. And if you add pressure all over the map, even if you're not attacking his army directly, you'll be able to take more easier expansions. You'll be able to stop whatever exploit attempts to like instantly, and you're just gonna be safer and better off overall. a lot of storms over here. I'm able to take that expansion, which is really good, since not right now I have the exploit advantage. And he got my observers over here, so I gotta either try to escape or something right over here. Since like my army can't escape, I'm just gonna take this and use this advantage when he's focusing elsewhere. I'm just gonna storm all his drones over here. A real good drop over here, and I can just keep on dropping. I was a little bit careless with my macro. I had a too big gap on the times when I was building units and when I wasn't. Some more gateways. That new expansion which I was planning, since this mineral only still isn't quite as valuable, I wasn't quite as careful with making quick cannons and quick nexus as I could have been. Right now I saw that expansion over here, so I'm trying something tricky. At the moment I don't have a very big army, so I can't just go and attack that expansion head on just yet. So I was sort of like fooling around, trying something funny, like making 2 gateways and a cannon or 2 down there, and sort of like those 2 gateways would produce units that would later on destroy his expansion, and I used those gateways and those cannons I used to defend those gateways to secure my own expansion when he's not aware of it. And cannon up more. Now he's aware that I have an expansion coming here, so he might have a counterattack coming up like at any moment. Also I bring my shuttle over the map after a while, just store more drones. Those Templars inside so if I regenerated much of their energy already. At this point, especially in Tau Cross, when many of the Zergs play get high tech fast with 2 expansions or so, since they have 3 gases and then they start ultraling, I gotta start making Archons already, since I just can't survive with a Zealot Dragoon High Templar anymore, so it's gotta play different as well. He has Scourges, he has Hydras, so I gotta keep that shuttle safe. He might come looking for it at any moment. More units from my gateways. Yeah, Scourges over there. Good thing is they have a short sight range, so I'm able to escape with a shuttle and do maybe more storm drops, who knows. Right now I have a sufficient army and more expansions than he does, so I'm starting to think of adding pressure again, looking for more expansions, maybe ending the game, whatever else, main engines and probes, looking for a new expansion. And since I have those gateways up there, I'm thinking of sending, rather than using my main army over here, I'm gonna use the Dark Templars which I'm producing to destroy that new expansion, and then use my main army to pressure somewhere else when their army is actually looking for those Dark Templars. And meanwhile, I'm gonna attack his second natural. I'm attacking with Dark Templars, and I'm also storm dropping, going for many spots at the same time. Is just good, and he's really not prepared for can't prepare for all those, so it's good. Escaping over here, some lurkers. He was prepared, but that means that he's not gonna be quite as prepared for when it counts elsewhere. So that's good for me. Excuse me. He's destroying those, since he really can't let those live. And meanwhile, when all his army is elsewhere, I can just end this game, destroy everything he has, and so on. Making more stuff, attacking, microing my probe, so if he actually happened to have a lurker over here, that Spore Colony wouldn't shoot it down and then force me to retreat or something else. Here I'm destroying all his hatcheries. Since he loses all his hatcheries over here, he doesn't really have a proper way of producing more units, so this game is pretty much over. I don't see any way he can recover, especially since I have the expansion advantage and the army advantage. Storming some of his ultras, yeah. Unless you didn't know, dragons deal 100% damage to ultras, so it's not bad to have dragons even at this point. At least some of them, since they just slaughter ultras with a little bit of focus firing. they destroy ultras even faster than archons do, since they have range and they deal 100% damage, which is like 20 or something. So making some more units, looking for new expansions, since I just can't take a break. I gotta keep expanding at all times, making more units and so on, making more gateways, and